Editing is a very important component of the creation of film. It is the last step in the process and ties all of the shots that were taken into one continuous film. Looking at movies by Richard Barsam and David Monahan states that editing, the basic creative force of filmmaking, is the process of selecting, arranging, and assembling the essential components of a movie, visual, sound, and special effects, to tell a story in a unique way. The editor controls what you see and what you can't, its speed, its pace, and what you understand and feel about all of this. Stanley Kubrick is the editor of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and he was born in New York City in 1928. He started as a photographer for a magazine, then moved on to documentaries, and finally films. His only Oscar was for 2001: A Space Odyssey for special effects. One technique Kubrick used in this film was parallel editing or cross-cutting. This is the cutting together of two or more lines of action that occur simultaneously at different locations. You can see it here in this scene. On RogerEbert.com, it was described as the longest flash forward in the history of the cinema. The bone matches up perfectly with the futuristic space shuttle and shows a lapse in time. This scene can compare to the movie The Godfather because of the use of the parallel cut. The baptism that is making Vito the godfather of a baby is paralleled with the murder of a string of people that also make him the godfather in another sense. Languages.oberlin.edu states that, in the case of The Godfather, the cross-cutting serves to establish both the hypocrisy of the character as well as the unconscious involvement of the church in the murders committed during the baptism. In the scene where the astronauts go into the pod and try to discuss their private plans, it is edited in a way where it lets the audience see the scene from two different points of view.
You can carry on with the failure mode analysis.
No, I agree about that.
Well, let's get on with it.
Okay.
The two different points of view truly do let the audience see the scene from both sides. The first shot is the master shot. We see Hal's eye in that initial shot in the background, but do not know if he can comprehend what is going on. Then it cuts to the point of view of Hal, and the audience can infer that the computer knows what the astronauts are up to something. RogerEbert.com states that the way Kubrick edits the scenes so that we can discover what Hal is doing is masterful in its restraint. He makes it clear but does not insist on it. He trusts our intelligence.